Hey guys, we're here with Ari Momeni. Hello.
It's lovely to have you here.
Yes, and we're in his studio, in his gallery. And Ari is a husband, a father, entrepreneur. He teaches design, he teaches creative marketing. And the reason that we're here is that in all the times, but especially in those challenging times, it's always inspiring to see how people find ways to move on, how entrepreneurs pivot, and all the solutions that people come up with. And we all know that a lot of people get in despair, they are overwhelmed. But speaking with Ari, we actually met through a business group, and just talking with him, he's such a problem solver, and I always want to know how do some people know how to solve things and just move on while others like fall apart. So I think it'll be useful for everyone, not just me and Ari. So yes, Ari, so tell me, how did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
Um, it was really a progress. It was part of a journey.
Mm-hmm.
For the last 20 years, I probably never had a formal job. I did have for very short periods back in the day. My father was an entrepreneur. My brother, older
Oh,
brother,
that helps.
was an entrepreneur. So I could see one working for himself. That wasn't strange.
What did they do?
My dad was a lawyer, and my brother was an architect, a
Oh,
very
wow.
successful architect. And I grew up essentially working in those environments, and that was really good. And they were really
Right.
hard on me. They were really, really
Okay,
hard on me.
okay.
So then at the age of 20, I left my home country, Iran,
Uh-huh.
and I went to Dubai, not knowing much. I knew very little English, so a lot of things were new for me, but that was exciting. And
Right.
and to date, after 20 years living outside of my country, I always say I left for the excitement. I left for something new, and every day I find something new. So I don't have any second thoughts or regrets about making that move. So moving into entrepreneurship was really I gathered some skills.
Right.
I studied architecture back home in Iran. Part of that was a lot of graphic design.
Right.
So I learned some graphic design. I was good at it. I worked for some ad agencies. And then I thought, you know what, I want to try it on my own.
Uh-huh.
And I was very young, probably 22, 23 at the
Oh
time.
my God, wow.
It was scary. It was scary,
Yes.
and not having a paycheck at the end of the month. That thought was nobody's going to pay me at the end of the month was scary.
Right.
So, anyways, we tried, make mistakes, success, a little bit more mistakes, more success, and a combination of those put me in the direction that, I started as an ad agency. The company grew and grew and grew,
Mhm.
and a couple of years down the road, I decided to start this current business, which is now 8 or 9 years old.
Oh wow, wow. That's quite interesting. Now you said that you traveled a ton. Where did you go, and how did traveling affect you, or maybe taught you and helped you to be who you are today? Like,
I think that everyone knows that traveling is good. It can't be bad for sure.
No,
but
no.
it's fun.
Mhm.
It's for me, was a little bit of it was out of necessity.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of it was most of it was curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in Dubai. I was young. I wanted to further my education, so I looked around and I found South Africa. I
Oh,
actually had a
wow.
family member there. My sister was living there with her husband, so I went to South Africa, beautiful country. I fell in love with it. I stayed. 13 years later, I moved to Canada.
Really?
so I
So
stayed
you've
there
been traveling for a while.
for a while in
Wow.
South Africa. I got married there. My first son, my eldest son, was born in South Africa, Johannesburg. And what when you travel, you see how people do things differently, how people react in different situations.
Right, right.
Some people are calm, some people are more hot-blooded, and so on. You see that. And I saw some extraordinary things in South Africa, apart from the beauty and the wealth the country has in terms of natural resources. It's a very entrepreneurial country.
Right.
And
I would love to go.
oh, it's a beautiful place, and it's just with the challenging past they had, and a lot of challenges that they already have. But you find black people, white people, they are very entrepreneurial. They want to do things that are different. Obviously, not everybody. There is always a percentage of the population.
Were
But-
you sorry?
Yeah,
were
sure.
you born like that? Did you think that from when you were a little child? Because a lot of people that I know that they just want to find security to do the same thing, or you
No.
always wanted to do something different, like business of your own, like.
I don't think that I always wanted to do a business of my own and so on. Security, even to date, is, even though it's very important and I've stabilized my life, but I don't do things to be secure.
Right.
In fact, I do things to, take a little bit risk, do it differently. However, a little bit of advice for people that are starting out. I don't just go out and take crazy risks. I do things different, but I've failed enough number of times, and I have enough experience to know how to make that change so it's not a crazy risk.
I see.
But the business that I'm in, which I think we'll talk about and so on, it's all about doing things differently.
That's true. Yeah, there's no book that says you do this and then you'll get that, right?
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
trial and error. Next thing that I'm sure a lot of you know, that if we take any leader, they wake up early. And so Ari wakes up really early, what, 4:30?
Between 4 and 5.
So, I mean, I'm trying to get there. I'm like around 6:30, but not like, tell me why and just why. It's very unusual.
I think 6:30 is perfect, and I envy you. I envy you. It's become a little bit of a habit.
Okay.
I like waking up that early. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me during the day in terms of energy and physical aspects of it. One is that I go to bed reasonably early, about 10:30 or so.
Oh, I see.
I'm a strong believer in that, unless there is a big party that we haven't seen in some time because of COVID.
Right.
If there is a party, we go wild, we have fun. But generally, I believe you should sleep early.
Early to bed, early to rise.
There you go. And then that time, I look at it as a little bit of me time. I wake up in the morning, the world is quiet, it's you and your thoughts. Hopefully you're well rested, and so you have lots of energy. And I wake up, I have a routine that I
Like
follow.
what do you do? Like some sort of I don't know, motivation, meditation, whatever, personal development. What do you do at those hours?
So very simply, I start with having a couple of glasses of water. That's number one. I have a short meditation that I like to do. Water is magic. Water just does the magic.
Supposedly, a lot of people are telling me this.
It just changes things. And
Right.
I have a short meditation that I do, and then is my time. I don't jump into emails. I don't read news. I love comedy, you know. Every now and again, I watch a little bit of comedy just to, you know, bump me up and that. But it's my time. I sit, I write the stuff that I want to do. I kind of plan. That's about 6:30. I kind of plan out the day.
Uh-huh.
What do I want to achieve today, and so on. And
I think this is now we're getting into real secrets of success, if you know what I mean. Now you're writing things, the plan for the day. In terms of goal setting, do you do it once a year, once a month, or every day? Like what?
I love that. It's about 5 years now that I do meticulous goal setting. Goal setting is probably the single best thing anyone can do.
Uh-huh.
However, the best goal setting in the world
Uh-huh.
is not good if you don't measure it, if you don't review your goals.
Okay, so please go into more detail here and now. Okay, yes.
Sure, it's you know, you set the goal, and everybody sets goals at the beginning of the year or
Exactly.
so on, or for business. How do you know how far you are from the goal, or even when you achieve the goal? Meaning,
Okay.
you need to review where you are. You have to break down the goal into small, actionable items. Measure.
So that you're not scared, so that you do just a little thing. It's not overwhelming.
Absolutely, small little things that are easy,
So
they're achievable.
break your big goal into
Small chunks
small chunks.
that
Uh-huh.
are measurable.
And have you been doing this from the beginning, or you learned to dissect it?
I didn't. You know, it's just you start the year and just wing it, and it's ever since I started doing goal setting, which, as I said, it's been about 4 years. The results are different. And one other lovely secret for goal setting
We all need secrets, right? And life hacks and
is
secrets.
accountability. Meaning that
Accountability. Okay.
it is hard to set a goal for yourself, and doesn't matter how driven you are, how motivated you are, if you have a third party, a friend, someone that holds you accountable, asks you question. It could be a friend, it could be a coach, it could be a business partner, it could be an employee, it could be a spouse, it could be all of those.
So technically, I should be calling you at 6 a.m. and saying, Ari, are you at the gym? Are you running?"
It's,
Right? Is it something like that?
It's probably, I don't know, about 6 o'clock in the morning. It's more of a, you want to share, and obviously the reason I mentioned it could be any of those people for your accountability partner, we call them. You want an accountability partner, and you choose the right person for that. So
Right.
like you said, your best buddy or your best friend could be the one that makes sure you go to the gym.
Okay.
Your spouse and our spouses, they have a lot of influence in our life, and they really care, and they can be the one that, you know, your coach or your business partner can be holding you accountable for a business matter. What it is that we are not machines. We are flesh and blood.
True.
You know?
True. This is a good one. We're not machines. We
we are
cannot be
not
programmed
machines.
like machines. That's a great one.
It's very
I
hard
even
to
put
just
it,
go at it and just take one
I'll
goal
make
at a
a
time.
quote out of it. We are not machines. We're flesh and blood. Yeah. Okay. Continue.
So goal setting is reviewing your goals. It could be weekly. My thing is every Saturday morning I love my coffee. I make my cup of coffee. You sit and you see, you know, what have I done? The number of phone calls I was supposed to make. Have I made those number of phone calls? Where am I with my projects? Where am I with my thoughts? And sometimes it can be quarterly, sometimes it can be monthly, depending on the goal and depending on the person. But if you don't review your goals, I think there is almost a level of certainty that you don't achieve it. You can't at the beginning of the year set a goal, go through the year, and not reviewing that goal, and at the end of the year achieve it.
So you're like putting yourself into constant focus.
By reviewing it, you're a
Yes,
constant reminder
yes.
subconsciously.
Yes.
One important point that's encouraging.
Isn't that interesting, guys? I think it's incredible. Okay.
Wonderful. It's one thing that I've realized is, and is very encouraging, is the fact that you set goals subconsciously is a great start.
Okay.
So even if you don't review your goal, which as I said is a suicide when it comes to goals.
Okay.
If you don't have an accountability partner, the fact that you sit and you write down a goal, it sends a message to your subconscious. So it's a good start, let me say that.
I see, okay.
So that's essentially about the goals. You want to be able to break down your goals into actionable items.
Right.
Let's say if it's weight loss, how am I going to go about it? Weight loss is a combination of a number of things.
True.
If it's sales, let's talk a little bit about business. If I want to increase my numbers from X to double X, triple X, where those numbers are going to come from? You break that down into so many meetings, so many phone calls that result into so many meetings. You should track your performance.
How incredible. Amazing. This is just incredible. Goal setting, I think, it's such an important thing. And right now, Ari is fine-tuning it. He's just sharing with us all those little things that allow him to do what he does, to be as successful as he is. You probably take it for granted, but you have a huge self-discipline. You said Saturday morning, there's no one knocking on your door. Okay, let's review. It's like you with you. So how do you make it happen?
Make it fun. As I said, my fun is the coffee part. Also the goal part is fun.
Right.
That's, if I can take a step back, and I owe this to many coaches and people that he taught me this stuff. I wasn't born knowing this stuff. One particular coach, can I name? Mr. Tim Rooney, which has been an amazing influence in my life.
Tim Rooney?
Tim Rooney, yes, from Rooney and Earl Partners, that has been a coach to me for many years. And he says, start with the why. And there is a lovely video of Simon Sinek, I don't know if you know, that says start with the why. So what's important when you set your goals should be very deep rooted in your why.
Right.
Otherwise they won't work. So if you want to lose weight, the reason most people want to lose weight is not in line with their why.
Okay.
If you want to become a successful person, if it's money, why do you want it? And the more fine-tuned and simple your why is, and you can explain your why, so start with your why. And as I said, I'm taking this as not my thing, it's something I strongly believe in, but it's Simon Sinek and he's my coach. So when you set your goals, think about why that matters so much to me.
Right.
Then it's not hard to wake up in the morning if that's what it is. If your work is, if you're a DJ and you work late at night, what's the point of waking up 4 o'clock in the morning? Then you want to sleep in.
Yes.
So everybody, you design your own journey based on your why, based on your goals that have come out of that why.
Wow. That's a lot of tips, right? That's incredible. Thank you so much. And now maybe if you wanna leave us with some sort of advice for entrepreneurs or for just everyone. We're now in the middle of COVID, and it affects people's mentality, and what you want, something you want to share or give some sort of advice.
Okay, there is lots of advice out there, and a lot of it is good. A lot of it is good.
Okay.
Three things that I'd like to share with you, or
things.
just since you mentioned COVID, I'm gonna add a fourth one because of
Okay,
COVID.
okay.
And the first one that I'm going to share with you is a little bit against COVID,
Okay.
because it goes like, some of it is personal, some of it is business. The first one that I'd like to share is, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Right.
Who is surrounding you now, and that's why I mentioned is against COVID, because you don't meet anybody because of COVID. But it's a general
But you
rule.
still stay in touch.
Absolutely.
With those people.
So the 5 people in business, in life, that you are surrounded with, guaranteed you are gonna become that average. So choose the 5 people that you're with.
Choose wisely.
And
Choose
then
wisely.
and you will see miracles happening in that. So that's
Okay.
number 1, it's more of a personal thing.
Okay.
Number 2, in business, and this goes a lot for, and this was hard for me at the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey, and still today it is hard. If you're an entrepreneur, your business is about sales,
Okay.
is about a pipeline, and is about numbers. Do not fall in love with the concept of the business. It's lovely to be very emotional about your business,
Right.
enjoy what you do. Do not fall in love with your business. If your business is not bringing in sales, you do not have a business.
I see.
Business is about numbers and dollars and cents. And it's about a pipeline that you keep adding on top, and you're distilling that pipeline, fine-tuning that pipeline into reality of sales numbers.
Okay.
So for those young entrepreneurs out there, business is sales.
Right.
And is your reputation and is your integrity, but do not fall in love with the business. If you're not bringing in the numbers, look at how you can bring in the numbers.
Okay, that's incredible. Okay, noted.
Wonderful. And when it comes to COVID, it's been hard for me. It's been hard for many people out there. There are odd people here and there that are here, they are doing really well during COVID, but most businesses have been really hammered. Don't lose hope.
Don't lose hope.
And-
That's such a good one.
And that's a cliche. It is a cliche, but and then again another cliche. As the sun sets every day, you are guaranteed that tomorrow the sun will come up. We are in the middle of winter now. It's cold out there. There is guaranteed we're gonna have a beautiful spring here in Canada, in Toronto.
Right.
Is coming. So if there are problems on the way, they can be overwhelming. I have had problems recently that on the face of them they look overwhelming.
Right.
Don't let it, take over your entire life. Break them into small chunks. Look at how you are, what skills do you have, what relationships do you have that you can tackle that problem.
And you already have experience with dissecting your goals into small chunks, and then you apply it here as well.
There you go.
Wow.
And be able to separate the problem from your life. Problem, challenge is one aspect of something that's happening. It's not your entire being. And that maybe a small, exception to that is health, which is very important these days. Still, health is an aspect of your life, but you asked me about my values. Start with health. Health is everything. And family is another big value to me. Harmony and balance is another value. Just to have that wheel of life. I'm sure you know the concept of
Yes,
wheel of
yes.
life in a good will that is balanced. Spirituality could mean different things to different people. Money could mean different things to different people. Love could mean different things to different people. But as long as your will looks reasonably balanced.
Right, right.
So there's spirituality, whichever amount you need, you're getting it. Love, if you need a little bit of love or too much love, you're getting it.
Right, right.
And so on. But health is just uncompromisable. You have to have health at the center of your life.
Yes, we are our own batteries, and the battery needs to keep working.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mental health, physical health, and reach out to people. Believe it or not, you're gonna find this interesting. I was gonna brand my car a couple of years ago, just a big text on it saying, if you want to talk to someone, I'm there. Because I felt like that. I'm very sociable. I have lots of friends and colleagues, and I'm a noisy guy.
Right.
But I felt so lonely at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
a lot of people are getting lonely, and it shouldn't be this way. It's just a little part of us, right?
And be that to people, that people can feel they can come talk to you. And go to people and just rent their ears for a little bit of time and share with them.
And that's right, yeah.
And many problems I can think of that just by speaking or getting advice, that burden is taken care of or taken off or something.
Right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you
It's
so
amazing
much,
to have
Ara.
you here.
It was a pleasure. I wish you success in everything you do, and thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
I hope to see you soon because I want to ask you more questions. maybe.
Absolutely, it will be my pleasure. You're always welcome.
Thanks.
Thank
thanks.
you.
Yeah, okay guys, so we'll see you soon. Isn't he incredible? He's like, there you go. Some people are just doers,
Thank
right?
you.